All right, so let's do a quick non-review of The Agony of Eros by some Korean guy. So one of the reasons, the reason it's a non-review is because I kind of didn't like the book. It was kind of the postmodern kind of word salady stuff. It's like, is it me who's not understanding it, or is there? I don't know. The other book that I was sent, we've already done a short little review of this. I liked it. You know, it's kind of concrete stuff. Here's what this Greek guy said. Here's what some other Greek guy said. I can follow it. But with this, it's like I don't know. It's a lot of words, and I don't know what's going on. So let me just read a sample of what I don't know is going on, right? And it does strike me as just the typical kind of postmodern stuff where I understand every word, every sentence is kind of interesting, but I don't know where it's going. So let's see. So this is right, Agony of Eros, doesn't matter. Page 2. Now I did try to read through all the way through. It's a short one. It's it's kind of thin. It's maybe 50 pages, but page 2. Today we live in an increasingly narcissistic society. Libido is primarily invested in one's own subjectivity. Libido is primarily in one's own. I don't know what one's own subjectivity. What does that mean? Give me an example. So libido, what? Sex drive? One's own. What? I don't know what that means. Narcissism is not the same as self-love. All right, I'll bite. Can you give an example? He does not give an example. The subject of self-love draws a negative boundary between him and herself and the other. Other meaning it's capitalized. So self-love, he's talking about jerking off, master. Well, yes, Fab November, we can relate, right? The subject of self-love draws a negative boundary between him or herself and the other. I don't know. The narcissistic subject, on the other hand, never manages to set any clear boundaries. All right, I guess. In consequence, the border between the narcissist and the other becomes blurry. I guess the world appears only as adumbrations of the narcissist's self, which is incapable of recognizing the other in his or her otherness, much less acknowledging this otherness for what it is. Right, of course. Meaning can exist for the narcissist's self only when it somehow catches sight of itself. Again, I don't understand this. It wallows in its own shadow everywhere until it drowns in itself. Again, I understand every word. Maybe the, what do you call it? Adumbrations. Okay, that one you have to look up. But all the rest of them, okay. And and that's because a lot of the postmodern stuff, even the stuff that's, I remember Julius Ebola was a big one, Ride the Tiger. All the cool kids were reading it, and it was just the same fucking thing. Where it's sort of like every sentence is kind of interesting. Is the author ever going to explain? No. Is he ever going to give an example? No. It's like the fill in your own, or what, fill in the blank kind of reading or writing, where I think what the reader's supposed to kind of supply his own meaning into it. Oh, does the author mean? But I can't even do this. No, just can't do it. So I don't know. Maybe it is my, what do you call it? Lack of something. But I just don't. Because again, I understood this. Even when it's upside down, I understood it. This kind of stuff, I don't. So that's part of it is that I just don't know what is here that I can read and understand. Again, it could be a limitation of mine as well. That's the word we're looking for. So. Oh, what's his face? Speaking of, yeah, here's just a sense about famous. Okay, here we go. One should read Hegel differently than say Derrida, Deleuze, or even whatever him. Okay, so the name that rings in my mind is Foucault, as I like to call him, some French philosopher guy. I read The History of Sex, it was, or something, volumes 1 through a million. It was the same stuff where it's like, I don't understand any of this. And there's enough books where I do understand, where it's like, no, I think you people are vague and there's just not much here. I don't know. I guess the person who sent it to me, if there is something more meaningful in here, or something intelligible, maybe somebody could translate this for me. I just don't get it. So that it's not for me. Now, going back to this book that I did understand and could understand what's in there. Well, it's still not enough. You know, the Guerrero thing, it wasn't enough, right? This is intelligible, it's interesting, but you can't even show up anywhere and find like-minded people who get this stuff. Not that, you know, the more personal stuff that I wanted to talk about, not that there might be a massive audience for that, but hey, there's nothing else to do, right? And just like what I've been teasing, the paragraph written in 2003, 17 years ago now. Maybe after 17 years, maybe we can get to it at some point and start talking about things that I'm actually interested in and haven't been able to talk about as much. Maybe. So it is at least a good contrast because, again, I like this book. It's short. It kind of hits all the right notes. Again, if you've read Guerrero, you're really going to like this stuff. It's not too long. What do you call it? The Freethinkers. I think it comes across as flipped. So, A Freethinker's Primer of Male Love by John Lauritsen. I guess you can, yeah, there we go. In case I don't link it, I don't know. I've been kind of lazy about timestamps in the last couple of days. Doesn't matter. But it's a good contrast. Even the book that I like and the topics I like, it's not like it's gotten me what I want. So, you know, and then this one, well, this is a good contrast because this is totally vague. It's not even at least concrete and like, I get it. I get this. This is like, I don't know. It's a bunch of words to me. Okay. Okay, let's read another one, just in case. Right, this is another thing. It's page 32 of Agony of Eros. Something like that. However, nudity that is displayed without secrecy or expression approaches pornographic bareness. Can you give an example? Well, if I'm sauntering around without a towel on, is that pornographic? Is that what he means by, we'll never know. We'll never know. What is more, the pornographic face says nothing. It has no expressivity or mystery. Quote, from one figure to the other, from seduction to love, then to desire, sexuality, finally to pure and simple porno. The further you go, the closer you come to the lesser secret, the smaller enigma. Again, just my eyes are glazed over, no clue what's going on. No clue. In contrast, the erotic is never free of secrecy. Again, one example would be really good. Contra Agobmen, I think it's an author, yes. A face loaded, again, and it's just these random, like, contrary to what this author says, when, who is, there's a footnote, I'm sorry. A face loaded with exhibition value to the point of bursting promises, no new collective use, collective use of new sexuality. I don't know. It's just a lot of these. It sounds interesting, and if somebody explained it, you know, but it seems like there needs to be an essay for every single one of these sentences, right? Indeed, exhibition destroys any and all possibilities of erotic communication. Wow, that strobing must be really annoying. I don't know. Indeed, exhibition destroys any and all possibility for erotic communication. Again, can you give an example? Okay. A naked face without mystery or expression, reduced simply to being on display, is obscene and pornographic. A naked, what does that mean? Like, I'm not wearing a mask? Is he talking about masks? Sharia law? Is that what it is? A naked face without mystery or expression, reduced simply to being on display, is obscene and poor. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Give an example of what a naked face without mystery or expression. I don't know what that is. Give me an example. What's a naked face with mystery or expression? What's a naked face without mystery and expression? Contrast these things. F minus. This is just run-ons and word salad here, but capitalism is aggravating the pornographication of society by making everything a commodity and putting it on display. Capitalism is aggravating. Okay. You can buy stuff. Okay, that's a problem, I guess. Okay, I'm sorry for the lights. I can see it on the corner of my eye. It's every time that's fine. Knowing no other use for sexuality, if it profanes Eros into porn. So it's I don't know. Oh man, I have to pick my nose. I'm burning some incense. I bought some incense on Amazon, by the way, everybody. It was one of those things where, oh my God, what a bad idea. But the point is, I don't have Prime anymore. So you have to free shipping, you have to go to 25. But even with Prime, you sometimes have to do that. So it's like, what's the point? And then even if it's not Prime, they send it out in 2 days sometimes anyways. But every once in a while, I'm like, hey, I'll buy some new weird thing. I bought some brownies for $10, some keto brownies. They're okay. Is it worth $10? No. This incense was like $10 too, and it's like 6 of them. Well, there's only one here. The rest of them are on the floor, but yeah, I like the patchouli one the best. The patchouli one. Perhaps I wouldn't like that if I was a foot from it either, but it's a bit strong if you're a foot from it. So don't right. Anyways, what do we say here? Yeah, so it's just because again, this is not the first time. Julius Ebola, Ride the Tiger. Look that up. It's the first couple chapters are the same thing where it's like, I think I know where the guy's going with it, but again, I have no idea. I have no clue. Again, read this other one. I know where he's going with stuff. I know it all, right? I get it. This one, no. So this is kind of the non-review that I don't know. It just seems like interesting. Every sentence, and that's the thing with the postmodern stuff. The pattern is every sentence is kind of interesting, but I don't know. The author doesn't explain it. If you were to cut every one of these sentences out, it would be an interesting little thesis, and you could write an essay on it. But just strung together, I don't get the coherence in it. I just do not understand it. So again, maybe that's my limitation, but I don't know. So yeah, that's it. So I do want to do more personal stuff. I do want to do more interesting things like that, but that's it. So I did it. I do appreciate the books, so that's good. And that's it. Boink.